You are tuned in to AFTERBUZZ TV for Empire Season 2, Episode 15, More Than Ken, and we are about to go live. Y'all ready? Let's go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Got that work. Got that work. Got that work. She that work. Got that work.
Hey, what's up? This is the Fab Four. I am Bamm Ericsen, joined with...
Hey everyone, I'm Sofia Stanley.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Kennelia.
And I'm Emile Ennis Jr.
Okay, so speaking of Hakeem in this song was the intro to last night's episode. He is just distraught. He feels like the world is just over for him. So he's doing a music video at the strip club. He's ignoring all the texts and calls from Laura. And then she finally finds him through the app that I think is cool. She slaps him, and after she finds out that he is having a baby with Boo Boo Kitty. I say run, girl, run. What do you guys think?
Well, can we just address the fact he wasn't even shooting the music video? I thought he was.
Oh, I thought it...
No. Go ahead. I'm with you, Emile.
Yeah.
He like rented out the strip club and had them play his song. And he was just performing with strippers around him.
Yeah, he's just a natural exhibitionist. So in the world that he lives in, they're videotaping everything because that's just what they do. I agree with Emile. I don't think he was actually. It wasn't a planned recording of his video.
Yeah,
he was just that turned or quote unquote depressed. And for me, exactly, I can't move on because I'm not necessarily condoning his behavior. But yo, did you see Chicken's money machine?
I know. Can I get one? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I was like,
yo, I mean, it's like enough a flick of the wrist, but now we have a machine.
Yeah. They've been.
No, literally, can I be part of his crew? Like, I know I'm old and all.
They have little guns.
No, let me find somebody who does, because I would be the person.
Really?
Yeah, that's not new.
No, all you gotta do, we gotta find one of those friends who has one of those that has the money to do it, right?
So if you are listening right now, and if you are one of those people that you have a money machine when you get depressed, please hit me up at Sofia Stanley.
What are you doing?
Listen. The point is, me and Sofia, because you know it's dark in those strip clubs. I don't know. I've never been to a strip club. No. When we find somebody who has that gun while they're shooting at the strippers, me and Sofia will be in the corner grabbing the money off the ground.
Oh no, I like to make it rain.
No, I'll be grabbing the money.
Yeah,
I'll be grabbing the money.
Oh, cool. Let me know. I gotta get an outfit. You don't get in the gym.
Well, I'll be that person grabbing the money.
Oh,
then.
I get the lunch money off of my
Shit.
I be like,
I can't.
And then somebody stopped me. What you doing? Oh, I'm about to throw him.
I'm
they'll cut
taking
you.
the lunch
No, you
money.
can't. You really can't do that.
You can't.
You really can't do that on the real Emile. Like they'll cut you.
Those strippers be weird.
Yeah, you can't mess with people's money. Anywho, I'm sorry that we got off on a tangent, but I just thought that the money machine was hella cool.
Yeah, it was dope, but yeah, it's cool. It's been in existence for a while.
Yeah, but to answer your question, Bamm, whether or not she should run for the hills, no, because I think there's a difference between if he actually cheated on her versus it happened prior. I think that part of loving someone is loving their quote unquote past, however messed up it may be. So I don't necessarily think she should run. I'm not necessarily saying she should stay, but that in of itself, something that happened prior to them being together, I don't think that should be a reason for her to run. And I think if anything, just kind of like he said, she should only run if he was trying to not claim and or take care of his child, because to me that's a character flaw, which will then affect your relationship.
I think if she's gonna run, it should be just so she won't have to be a part of that family. Because once Lucious called her on the phone, that was it. Girl, something bad's gonna happen to you. And maybe not today, maybe not next week, but once Lucious gets your cell phone number, you're toast. So.
No, I would agree with everything everybody said. I think I don't think she should run, and I think her. Sorry, I'm chewing Ricola right now, so
We all are, or at least me too.
But I think that her reaction by slapping him was perfect. If anything, it's more. I'm backtracking on everything that I've said about Hakeem over the past couple of weeks in terms of his maturity. Just because if you are proposing to somebody, granted, I understand he found out about Anika's pregnancy after the fact. But if you just propose to somebody, that just shows, one, he's not ready to be engaged, because the fact he can't even have a conversation, he's so immature that instead of having a conversation with his soon-to-be wife, if that goes through, and say, hey, I just found out that I got Anika pregnant, I just wanted to let you know and be upfront with everything. The fact he didn't do that, he goes to a strip club to deal with all his problems with that and losing being CEO and all these different things, it just makes me, I don't know.
I think that was a natural reaction for him to do that, but then he snapped out of it. So whether if he was in the strip club for an 12 hours, 8 hours, I felt like that was a natural reaction for him. I don't think that should have been a natural reaction for Laura to slap him because
why?
It happened before this relationship.
Oh no, that's your guttural instinct.
But yeah, it's her first interaction.
Yeah.
So like the minute.
Oh, that's right. Because she didn't know the text.
Didn't know.
Yeah,
like,
but you still don't.
She should have punched him.
No, you don't.
In the throat.
No, don't do that because if he would have hit her back, then there would have been.
Wait, what do you? I don't even think that's even. No, but I need to actually address that. I don't even think that's an issue. Do you know what I mean? Just because a woman slaps a man doesn't mean he's gonna hit her back.
Hit her back. Ooh, you hanging with?
Yeah.
I'm saying the slap shouldn't have happened, but I do understand.
I think it should have happened.
Yeah, I think the slap was appropriate.
And also too, not only was the slap appropriate, he wasn't responding to any of her messages for however long. And then you need to not only find out where he is via an app, but literally like the world has to tell you like your dude who just proposed to you was actually in the strip club and has been there for like 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than slap him, then I would say handle it differently.
What is the different way? I'm confused.
Yeah,
I think that's real.
Yeah.
I feel like it felt real.
If you were
real,
ignoring my text and I walked in and you laid up next to a stripper and you're still
whole
trying to
gaggle of strippers.
But like he was specifically laid next to a stripper, like with his arm on her. But like if you walk in seeing that and she was still being mature about it, she was still trying to have like a wholesome conversation, and then you drop the fact that you got another girl pregnant, regardless of the fact if it was before we got together, I have the right to slap you.
Agreed.
I don't know.
Agreed.
Okay.
You can slap.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the brothers came, and when after he got out of his slump, the brothers came and kind of talked to him a little bit. And what I found was interesting was when Andre kind of said, you know, here we are, baby and the baby, when I'm the one who just lost the baby. I thought that was a pretty cool scene because for me it felt as if again they were forgetting about Andre and his feelings to cater to Hakeem. What did you guys think about that scene?
I mean, sometimes I don't know when Andre is genuinely in his feelings or upset about something, or if he's spinning. Because when he initially said that, I was like, is he spinning again? Because the way he kind of like, he threw his body and he had his arms up and he sat down like, you know, I didn't know what to expect until everybody else lightened the mood. Then I was like, oh yeah, that is kind of messed up. But if I were there, I wouldn't know how to react to that. Because again, it's hard for me to see when Andre is being one person or the other.
I'm going to piggyback off of what Kennelia just said, and I'm just going to take a slightly different approach where I never know if Andre is being genuine or if he's being jealous. So sometimes it doesn't actually come across to me as if he is feeling the emotion, more that he's just upset that someone else is getting attention. And that's why it seemed as if when they lightened the mood, he was able to brush it off so quickly. Because to me, if you were really that hurt, don't brush it off. Have a real conversation then that, yeah, you losing being CEO when arguably whether or not you should have held a position or not versus me losing a child, I think you should have had one more conversation or kind of stayed in that moment. The fact that he didn't, to me, really was just a fact that he's just really jealous.
I agree with that.
Yeah, good point.
I'm 50-50. I mean, I think it can go either way. And it does come off as if sometimes he's jealous and then sometimes, but I think just because of the nature, because I don't feel that he is fully right with his meds, I felt that was a natural of Andre.
And again, I just haven't, had the time or the wherewithal to actually, let's say, study being bipolar, but from my limited understanding, being bipolar is almost, like a magnification of how you feel. So it's that you can't keep it like how we're socialized kind of to be normal and to be calm. It's that whatever you're feeling to the, you know what I mean, to the 10th level. So in my mind, whenever he's feeling something, it's his true feelings. And so to me, regardless of whether or not he's on or off his meds, his actual emotion, there's a realness to it. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I could totally be wrong. So please, if you guys listeners, if that's not how bipolar works,
I'm
let me
kind
know.
of I'm kind of with Sofia now that I think about it, as far as the whole jealousy angle, just because if you think about it, so he lost his child, then Hakeem has one on the way. Hakeem wants to be CEO. Or not Hakeem, Andre wants to be CEO. Hakeem's already had it. That's a great point.
I'm sorry, you smell so good.
Oh, thank you.
Because my nose, I'm like doing this, but I just want to. Okay, it smells really good. Boo Kitty doesn't want Hakeem around because she feels threatened due to Lucious has threatened her life and her child. And so, do you? Oh,
no, finish your thought.
So then Hakeem finds out, he confronts Lucious and then threatens to leave along with the baby and Boo Kitty. Which, do you think that Boo Boo Kitty was using that as a reason to keep him out of it, or do you think that was a valid reason for her wanting to not have Hakeem be a part of the baby's life?
This whole Boo Boo Kitty thing is just weird within itself because you knew who you were dealing with. You withheld this because you knew it was a trump card. You knew you were going to throw down the spade. You knew this. So the fact that now, after she got threatened, she's like, oh, I can't be around this family. But you strategically did this so you could be around this type of family, and you're playing the games that this family plays. So if you had a real concern, you would have doubled back and you would have been up front from the very start. Like, look, I'm pregnant. I don't want to deal with the drama. Let's just keep it cut and dry. She didn't even tell Hakeem she was pregnant. She told the family before she even pulled him to the side. So I'm cool on her in this acting like she's really afraid for her life. I'm cool on it.
And to jump forward, just because we're talking about that specific character, when we met or were reintroduced to her mom, and her mom said she's been pregnant for 5 months. Ooh, I had to give her the side eye because I said some choice words at the screen just because, like, how you gonna get mad at me when I didn't even know? I ain't know Boo Boo Kitty was pregnant, and you gonna say I need to be there?
I have something to say for Church Mother.
Go ahead.
I need you to. There's a gospel song called "Save a Seat for Me." Save a seat. Save a seat for her. Give it to her and tell that bitch to sit down.
Oh,
how I was so outraged that she had the nerve to come at Hakeem the way that she did.
It was out of line.
I mean, it was so out of pocket. It's like, but again, because Church Mother looks scandalous, she probably has something to do with this whole planning of.
In 5 months, has it been 5 months? Who the pappy?
No, I mean that's actually an extremely valid question because no, really, like has it been 5.5 months since Hakeem was kidnapped?
You know what?
Who's the pappy?
We can't tell because they went on break for so damn long.
Oh, that's
got a
true.
4 month break.
Oh, maybe she is 5.5 months
True
pregnant.
then, fine.
Okay.
Damn, 4
Funny,
months
I'm
break.
gonna piggyback on something that Bamm said about her being the church mom. My thing is this: talk to your daughter about sleeping with children.
Thank you.
No, really, like you are grown. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this would be a completely different conversation if we were dealing with, I don't know why I'm blanking on her name, Hakeem's fiance, Laura. This would be a completely different conversation if we were having this conversation with Laura. Anika is a grown woman. So if you lay down with a child and get pregnant, that is 100% on you. That is the first part. Go ahead.
A child who is the son of your ex-fiance.
Right? The whole thing is just don't make no damn sense. I can't.
And then there was a part, even when she was in the room before she quote unquote said that Lucious threatened her, where I literally was like, when she was like, well, I don't know if I want you to be a part of this child's life. No, sweetheart, that's not how this works. No, seriously. And I'm gonna be like 100 for a second. And like, if people want to come for me, they can come for me. You either keep the identity of the father secret until you die, or you tell someone immediately. This bullshit about, like, I'm gonna decide maybe that you're in the child's life, and then at 5 years or 10 years or 18 years or whatever, that I'm now gonna decide, oh, hey, you have a kid and now you have to support it. No. It's either from day one or day nothing. It's not your right to dictate that.
Okay, I'm sorry, pause. So this whole time I was like, that actress looks so familiar, Anika's mom. So I used to watch this show called Early Edition, where it was a show. I forgot what
because
network.
he's 26.
Listen, that is not the reason.
Was it on the CW?
Right.
No, it was not on the CW. First of all, the shade that's being thrown.
Disney XD.
Listen,
What is the Disney Channel?
it was on
We love you, E.
It was
We
on
love
from
you, E.
1996 to 2000. Okay, and it is Shanisha Davis. And she was on the show called Earlier Edition. She played this blind woman. And the show was, if you remember the show, it's where the guy who's the main character in Friday Night Lights, he would get a newspaper to his front door every morning, but it would be the newspaper for the next day.
I think I remember.
Where you throwing the shade. It was such a good show. So anyway,
You was watching the Disney Channel?
it's not Disney Channel. Anyway, the point being, she played that woman because like, why she looks so familiar? So I'm glad to see that she is still working.
I've never heard of this show, but I'll definitely.
Oh,
look
it
at
was on CBS from 1996 to 2000. Go ahead.
CBS.
CBS.
I've never even heard of that show.
Well, you missed out.
Oh, okay. To playfully disagree with you, Sophia, about yes, the way that she went about it is wrong. But again, remember, she's dealing with a 19-year-old, maybe 19 and a half, maybe 20 by now, and this is all a part of her plan. This is all a part of her plan to make her then, if she says this, of course, because Hakeem is a young...
No, but then this is my thing is, and not for nothing, is that, and I know this is going to sound grimy, I hope, like, on some levels, I hope, because it's her character, I hope her character's okay, I hope the baby's okay, but I hope they take that child. And I hope they take it legally. Because at the end of the day, people need to realize, like, this whole concept that we think, like, oh, the mother is always the in the best interest of the child.
Nope.
We live in 2016. That's not the case. So at the end of the day, you need to keep talking. You need to keep threatening me. And I'm finna to take your kid. You want to know why? Because it's my child, too. So to me, in a way, I would like that to happen. It's not going to happen because this is a soap opera. But if this was more of a drama, to me, you know what? Yeah, you can't come in here... You know what I mean? Basically, on some level, slightly entrap me and then threaten to take my child away? No.
Look like D Wade.
Yeah,
Took
no,
both of the
completely.
kids. Chris Bosh. Usher.
Ooh, Usher had a... Never mind.
My question, good point, Kennelia.
Sophia.
And Sophia.
Sophia.
No, just the, it was
I
a
just
question.
name
Because
dropping.
no, she was
Name
name dropping.
dropping.
Yeah.
Because Sophie's a jealous
yeah.
person. I'm like, what the fuck?
Name dropping.
Can
I ain't
anyone
Jealous or crazy?
Can anyone answer what was wrong with Boo Boo Kitty? Why was she in the hospital?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I was
I
waiting for
think,
the explanation.
and funny thing is, and this is gonna sound silly, because it's a soap opera. There obviously has to be some kind of a storyline, but part of me is like, no, it's just normal. Could be normal. She's 5.5 months pregnant, and things happen, and just like Emile was just about to say, she's stressed. Like she's probably not doing all of the things that she needs to be doing or should be doing, given the fact that she's 5.5 months pregnant, as well as the fact that we realize that 5.5 is important. And I can't say it on air, but just think about what 5.5 months means, and that's why she chose 5.5 months to disclose that she was pregnant.
Yeah. Yes.
Now Lucious makes the truce with Hakeem in the hospital, which I'm really starting to like Hakeem and Lucious scenes because, as I said earlier, Hakeem is the young kid who's like, I don't care about, I'm gonna say what I have to say to you, Dad, and you're gonna listen to me and take it, or I don't care. Like, I thought you was gonna kill me. Like, I'm really liking where Hakeem is growing and where he's going with this. But the question is, obviously, do you guys believe? I just have to ask this question, but do you guys believe this whole act of Lucious calling the truce? And I respect you because, you know, you came in there, you called me out, and you put your family first before business, and you know, the violin. Do you guys believe him at all? A little bit, a fourth?
I believe Lucious when he says I think Lucious respects Hakeem that he's trying to be an opponent to him. I think he respects that. If Hakeem just laid down and was a sucker, Lucious would be like, you a sucker. The fact that Hakeem is trying to stand up, even if Lucious is like, he respects it because he's like, okay, I see you, let's play. He likes the dance. But again, we know you can't listen to nothing Lucious says.
Yeah.
Lucious is a dirtbag.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. You can respect somebody and still say, I'm going to end up beating your ass in the end. You know what I mean? So I believe that what he was saying is right, because in that moment, like you're saying, I do enjoy seeing the scenes between them now, because where he's being immature in other aspects of the show in this situation. And actually, now I think about it, beside that first scene that we had where he was in the strip club, he was very mature throughout the rest of the episode. But with that scene specifically with Lucious and with the conversation, that's great. But I just hope that he has the foresight to see that regardless of what Lucious says, you need to watch your back at all times.
I would just say ditto and ditto, but I actually just want to quickly highlight, because I think I remember when Leah Daniels Butler was here, that she mentioned that, yeah, this is his first acting role ever. And I think that the the growth that we've talked about with his character is mirrors his growth as an actor. I think the fact that we are so mesmerized and so drawn into the scenes with Terrence Howard, I think speaks to his acting chops. Because I think that's why we're also not necessarily saying the things that we said arguably in season 1. So even though, like Emile said, at the beginning of the scene, he may have been immature, it didn't strike us the same. Because he's actually maturing, not just as a person, but as an actor. So he's able to play it from a different angle where we can actually see him differently. And I commend him for that.
How you going? Wait a minute. So Bamm was over there sneezing. Kennelia gonna offer my last Ricola.
I have one, but I just don't. I want to put it in.
Almonds and everything. You just gonna ask him again. If you got some more Ricola.
Didn't even ask. Just here you go.
Get your throat together.
Sophia, I agree. And just on a side note, I'm really happy
sick, y'all.
that Hakeem is growing as an actor, and I can't wait to see him play Ronnie.
I was just about to say, Ronnie DeVoe in the new edition.
No, Michael Bivins. I can't wait to see him, and they're filming that right now.
I'm watching right now.
Yeah,
Me too. Watch.
This whole Lucious. There's a lot to discuss about Lucious and Cookie. Kind of just an open floor. You know, as far as her, why is she so keen on getting this family back together? The whole thing with her and Harper, saying she smells like period. I mean, there's a lot to discuss. So the first question, she did.
She said fish.
She said fish, but she was alluding to period.
I can't.
Well, you can smell like fish and
I know
not
some
be
people
on
who
your,
have
on your
fishy
monthly
and-
cycle.
Yeah, and to me, can I say something? I think her comment actually was worse than
Yeah.
saying that you smell like you're on your period.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like, do you smell like you're like menstruating is one thing, but
Yeah,
you smell like
like
fish.
fish,
Like
yeah.
I'm like that. I might cry. I might have to run to the bathroom and cry,
But
and then
Lucious
I'll punch you in the
was
throat.
quick though. We had lobster.
We had lobster.
I can't.
Whatever, dude.
Okay, so
In your boardroom.
But you know, Lucious an old player. He
Yeah.
probably
He really
had
is.
a
He
lot.
really
He
is.
probably
I believe he did.
He really, I believe he did too.
Because she told me we have the chocolate ganache.
Yeah.
Get the lobster.
I'm free tonight. I can have my dessert later.
Right.
Whatever.
that sex scene was.
It didn't do it for you?
Oh, it did it for me.
I thought it was entertaining.
I thought it was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
Okay, maybe it's because like my 9 to 5, I'm a lawyer. I'm like, yo, you gonna play that rough with a stranger? Like all I kept being, not only a stranger, a person who's reporting
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
To me, my thing is like, they ain't no strangler me, whatever. Especially given who he is, so that 2 seconds later, I think you know my next step. I don't really want to say it, but
Well, when I was watching,
that's
I
what
was
I was
like,
thinking.
I was like, before they started doing anything, and he said, "This is off the record." like, don't write anything about this.
The casting couch?
Right.
Right?
And I agree with Kennelia. It was entertaining. It was just weird, and I think it's weird with the people involved too. Just Lucious. Whenever I see him in certain scenes, it just.
But you know, Lucious, to me, every time I see Lucious that old school dude who, like, you know, like an old player.
Yeah.
Like, he an old player, so
And-
he would be like, I like it when you do that, girl. Like, they do that.
Wait, what would he say?
I like it when you do that, girl.
I can't.
And remember, she slapped him first, so I mean, he immediately perked up and was like, "Okay, so this is we're about to do this."
Well, you slap the devil. They like that.
But there was to me, the reason I didn't enjoy it because there did seem like there was a lack of connectivity. It just didn't seem enticing. It was more like, it's like, he's not a punk, B. So if a girl like slaps him and gets rough with him, he's gonna finish the job, but he wasn't actually into it.
Yeah.
And which we later find out that he's not.
Well, because she has some nerve.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, again, she's talking like A, like she's his girlfriend, and B, like the person that she keeps referring to isn't his ex-wife, the mother of his children, and the head of A&R for his company.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then to come out of her mouth, and what did she say? What did she say? Did she say that ghetto bitch? What was the exact phraseology she used?
It's in my notes.
Well,
but
she definitely
yeah.
used something that was like on some levels very, not only was it derogatory, but it at least, even if it explicitly wasn't classist, it was at least implicitly classist. And so to me, I really liked his reaction because it's like, oh, you must have me twisted. Because again, I think that the way that Lucious reacted wasn't so much about Kitty, but it was the same thing like Frank Gathers, where it's like, you're not finna to insult the mother of my children. Not necessarily because I don't want you insulting her, but that insult is actually an insult to me.
Yeah.
And like Kennelia says, I think he's old school and he's a player, and you can't do that.
And then also, again, you need to understand, just because you're getting some little funky exclusive with your music blog, you have to understand who you're dealing with. Like, you can't. That's like if I started talking to if you guys were together and then you were divorced, but you got little baby Emile and baby, Kiki running around or whatever, and then I tried and then you and I started talking, and then all of a sudden I start talking side eye about Emile because I think I'm the new guy. Like, y'all have to learn.
But also too, you ain't even the new chick.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Does that make sense? Like, it's not even like you the new chick. Like, y'all ain't even smashed yet.
Yeah.
She has lobster. She had a little lobster. She had a little.
And he closed the club for her.
Oh,
so
that's
she thinks that she's special. I don't know why I say it like that. She thinks she's special.
Because she's that slow. But also too, I mean, we obviously realize further in this scene she's playing him too. So
Yeah.
I think the problem is also too, again, he needs to be cognizant of the fact that he can't continue to make enemies.
To your other question though, regarding Lucious and Cookie, their banter and their interactions in this episode, in the past couple episodes, it's interesting to see, but I don't want to say I'm over it.
I am.
But I am kind of over it. Like, I just need there to be a firm stance on what the fuck are we doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you what else I'm over, which we'll get to later.
Yeah, I'm over it. There's flirting in the hospital, and then the sons are questioning whether if they want to get back together, and then Andre even defended Cookie by saying, hey, if they want to have another shot at love, let them have it. I'm kind of over it.
To me, it's that typical old school relationship where one is always hanging on, or just is like, we'll find our way back together, but the daddy want to stray. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he wants her to be there for him, but he wants to be able to be there for whoever he wants to be there for. So it's not gonna end.
Okay, so there. Oh, go ahead.
This is the only thing is, and I should save it for predictions, but did you guys think it was weird when the scene when Cookie was obviously in Andre's office and she was like eating like a brownie, a cookie, and something else?
Just snacking.
Didn't that seem weird to anybody?
Like she could be pregnant.
See, I just took it as somebody who got out the pen and they just want to do everything that they never got to do.
I don't know. Something my brain was like, it's not a coincidence that she obviously has mentioned that she had a miscarriage. I don't think it's a coincidence, basically, that at the end of the day, like, keep talking about an heir. Arguably, her and Lucious have been together around about the same time that Hakeem and Anika were together. So,
and then,
I don't know. It's just something about it jumped out at me like, do-do-do-do-do.
And then also when Cookie was in the ambulance with Boo Boo Kitty, when she referenced something and she was like, Hakeem will kill me about your child or your baby or something, and then Boo Boo Kitty was like, no, that's your grandson. And just the look on her face, I'm starting to now feel that same vibe. Just something with how she was able to calm her down and so forth. So maybe. Interesting.
We'll see.
So Cookie and Lucious are now co-CEOs. Well. Okay. Cookie didn't seem that thrilled. And then on the hug, Lucious had the dirty, evil eye.
I didn't take it that Cookie wasn't thrilled. I took it that she didn't think that Lucious would stand for it at all.
Agreed.
Because of Lucious's pride and because the whole genesis of this plan of the Bipolar Disorder Foundation and getting Andre as a spokesperson, all of it, and like reuniting the family, it was all to get Lucious back on the good side with the board and elected. So the fact that not only did they say that it worked to get Lucious back, but they said, oh, we see who's actually orchestrating everything. We want to bring you on board too. Of course, she's thrilled with that. It's just that she didn't think Lucious would be on board with that, and clearly he's not by the reaction we saw after he was behind her face during the hug. So it'll be interesting to see. In theory, if Lucious wasn't a shit, they would be a great team. However, we know, like Kennelia says, he's a dirtbag, and it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out.
Lucious just can't be happy for nobody out here. He can't be happy for nobody. When has Lucious ever been happy for somebody?
I don't know.
He hasn't.
Truly happy.
He just a rainy day. I swear.
Not only is he just a rainy day, there was a part of me also too that was like, yo, that's actually a bad move. Like, he hasn't proven that he should be CEO.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what aspect you think that he should still sail the ship. I don't care if he's co-sailing the ship. To me, the only applicable move would have been to go outside or to have it be Cookie as sole CEO. That's the first part. The second part is also too is his emotional tantrums in that hugging her and then the raised eyebrow. It's starting to get on my nerves because when he said I should have never gone public, it was literally like 10 seconds before he said that, I said the same thing. I was like, you should have never gone public. Mm-hmm. And part of me was thinking that because it's like, you were a criminal and started your business off of criminal elements. So you should never bring the public and transparency into basically a criminal endeavor because you still use criminal tactics to run your company. In my mind, and again, and I don't mean to be flip today, but because it's a soap opera, we know where it's going to go. If it in fact was a drama, he should actually be happy that Cookie is co-CEO because possibly now you can work together and in the interest of the family, buy back all the shares and literally no longer have it be a public company. That's what you need to do. You've already made tons of money, you already whatever, and I don't know enough about like corporations to figure out like there's other ways to leverage all of these different business entities other than the entire company being public and for this potentially to happen again. So what, every single time that we potentially have a board vote, we gotta string up cats and blackmail people and whatever, like that don't make no sense.
You're right. It's true.
So we discussed this earlier. So Harper she drops a bomb and she's been investigating Thirsty and we find out
because
now
she's a reporter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. So we find out that Andre is now gonna go and find Mama Leah.
What he gonna say to her? when he left, the first thing I thought in my mind was, Andre, what you gonna say?
We are the same.
Right, it's gonna be like, what
Grandma,
you gonna?
Tell me your
I didn't quite think that. I thought to myself, he's the Tito of the family. He's Rebe in the sense of, no, but it's not.
Rebe be jamming
but
though.
it's not.
Yeah.
But it's,
Yo, oh my God, that was my song.
Like a centipede.
Oh my God, let me stop. Yeah.
I can't, Cindy. I can't.
She came down the stairs.
I can't.
I really remember that. Oh my God. Emile.
You are wearing me out with the. You are wearing me out with the hand gesture. Do just one more time. I mean that in the sense that he has no aspirations to like be famous, and so. For him, this
no, but he does have aspirations of being famous. It's not in the musical genre. He wants to be CEO of Rockefeller. Let's be true. Like, if you the CEO of Rockefeller, you famous. Like, let's just keep it 100.
Okay, well, not music famous. And
sorry,
then,
you know I'm really trying to make some like bridge whatever, so I can really talk about what I want to talk about.
Sophia,
sorry, I'm trying not to. Sorry, my bad.
And then,
my bad.
What do you guys think? So he's a spokesperson. He's a spokesperson for the bipolar disorder.
Yeah, he's a spokesperson.
Which I thought was cool. But then him wanting to, with him wanting to be number 2, just so that he can eventually get close to becoming CEO, so that he can be number 2.
Andre needs to give that up.
Also, not only does Andre need to give that up, you a punk. No, but really, like, because I just want to be next to the throne. Be number. The fact that you literally, this is what your second or your third or your fourth or your fifth time at trying to basically be CEO, and you like, oh, I just need to be number 2. Boy, you always gonna be number 2.
Well,
You're not getting the gig.
That's
Andre.
when you have your partner, aka Rhonda, speak some truth to you. I'm like, just be like, listen, I love you. However,
but sometimes some people can't give that can't deliver the conversation. At some point, they can't deliver the conversation.
And actually,
boo, this your 5th go around.
But it's her. It's her. That's the whole reason he's back on this play.
Yeah.
Think about it.
It's
so
her.
ironically, it's not him.
It's
He was
her.
actually happy kind of being on the side of the family and kind of playing his CFO position. But she basically was like, we need to get back to what our original plan was and blah, blah, blah. So basically he had to give up God and his family to basically now try to take over this company with Rhonda. Whatever.
He ain't getting the gig.
Yeah.
Andre.
No.
Well, he ain't getting it anyway because now he got a meeting with grandma and
You're right. Lucious.
What he gonna say to her?
How's he think that's gonna help? Anyway, go ahead.
hey, he gonna be, hey, what are you gonna want to have lunch?
Want some kind of closure. I mean, I
I
don't
would have
know.
been like,
get
have you
it.
seen this music video? It's called Boom Boom Boom. Did you do that?
Bang.
What's her name? Leah?
Her name is Leah.
Leah, did you really do that or is he making that up? Tell me your side. like, what is your side?
But you know what? Who knows? Maybe Leslie Uggams will actually talk.
There's no way she can't
so.
talk.
Yeah, she gonna sit there.
I mean, what? Yeah,
I
come
mean,
on, no.
but, I
She'll
mean,
get it from-
no,
she'll be staring out the window.
meaning there has to be more. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to give it some hope.
Yeah.
Michael's back.
I know.
When I saw it in the credits, when I saw his name come across the credits, I was like, yay!
He still look good.
See,
too.
I
he
was,
looks-
I was like,
no,
y'all
he looks
all nasty.
good.
Didn't he
He
give
got
somebody
some
the
good
sloppy
hair.
toppy though?
Okay, but it wasn't like the real
I was
sloppy
like,
toppy.
get out of
You
here,
have
all
to think about
nasty.
the whole circumstances.
Yeah.
That's me
Give
taking
it
it out
all
of
sloppy
context.
toppies.
Whatever.
That dude was
You
nasty
grown.
though. Yeah.
Please,
Did you
don't
see that
pretend
man?
like
Don't act like we don't remember that
Whatever.
man.
He was gross.
Well,
We
he
got
was
that.
gross. He was gross.
Well-
but still, no, he looked good.
Well,
Yeah.
that's exactly what you do when you know when you may potentially run into your ex.
Yeah, that is
You better go
You
get
bet- yeah.
you better go to the hair shop.
Yeah.
You
That,
better
y'all,
moisturize.
that happened to me on.
We got
Nope.
No, so-
I just had a moment.
Oh.
Whoa. Anyways, continue.
Let me
Continue.
let me ask this question. So
Sophie was like,
they go back. They go back to the place where they first met, which felt to me like that whole completion ceremony thing where they're trying to like go back to the beginning and have this talk.
But it worked though, didn't it?
Well, did it work? Because I mean, I think it worked. For me, what upset me about the scene was I felt that it wasn't complete. It wasn't complete.
I agree with that.
I was hoping, low key, I was really hoping that they go smash boots in the
in the bathroom or something, or in the office.
Yeah, I was
literally
hoping like, cause like he was like, I have a break, do you can we hang out? And then the music played. I was like,
they had a jam.
But the non-smashing means he has to come back.
yeah.
If they had actually smashed, that could have actually been completion.
Literally completion.
Literally.
Yeah.
Woo! But because they didn't smash, that means there's still something there that
Yeah.
transcends simply
It's deeper.
smashing in the bathroom.
But
Transcends
if you
the
saw the
belief.
preview for next week, Jamal is making out with somebody else who looks really like Becky's boyfriend to me.
Oh, I need to look back.
I didn't see the
I watched on
previews.
Fox.com. They don't show you the previews for next week.
So I go on YouTube, and then you go to YouTube, and you go to Empire page.
He was
and then
kissing somebody
He was
in the
making.
mouth?
He was making out, but it was kind of the same scene when he was in the studio with the other boy, but it's a different boy because I paused it. So it's like, okay, well, you're about to get reacquainted because you
Well,
can
maybe
tell.
they're not.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the important aspect of that scene was that Michael reminded him of who he really is or was, and reminded him what he used to do music for. Does that make sense? And that arguably he was doing it to not be like his father. He wasn't trying to get caught up in the empire. He simply had a, not to be corny, but a song that he needed to sing. So maybe that was Michael's role, is to remind him of that time and place before all of this got too crazy. And, we're, obviously now transcending the point where they were like, oh, Jamal was a shoo-in for the ASA, and then with Lucious's video, and now obviously with his performance back at this, random spot, and because of viral video and blah, 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 that it may go forward. What are you doing, E?
My phone filmed it. I will say somebody tweeted me and Bamm saying that they said that I know you guys are happy because Jamal turned down singing for once. Oh, wait. Because
Right, because at first when he was like, oh no, yeah, anyone like this? I totally thought about you. Oh no, I did the same thing. I literally, and then when he started singing,
I was like, yeah, I will say.
But I
though,
liked it.
the song
I
he
really liked it,
performed-
yes.
The song he performed
'Cause
was
this is
very
his
good.
space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it's-
very, very good.
It's like very mid '90s. Eric Benet, Rashawn,
And Craig David.
Yeah,
I was
It
feeling
just
Craig
had
David,
passion.
yeah.
It wasn't
It's a good, very good song though. Really, one more thing about
So you
Michael
singing
is
like-
the fact that when Jamal got up and Michael touched his ankle or leg.
I didn't peep no
I
touching.
peeped that. Yeah, he touched his when he got up, Michael grabbed his like leg ankle. So he's coming.
Exactly for what?
He had to scoop down again.
I'm confused.
They were literally sitting down, and then when he got up, he just grabbed
But that's not a natural. Like what?
Yeah, that doesn't even make
if
sense.
I'm getting up, I
What
need
if
to
he-
watch.
what if he
I need to
tripped?
watch. I need-
That's right.
You said where's love?
What if he tripped? Like, they don't even make no sense.
Jamal, like, come up here.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
can't. I gotta rewatch that.
So for that reason, I think he will definitely be back. Maybe not next week.
Oh, he's coming back.
But
Yeah,
he's
he's
definitely
coming
coming back. And then
Fine.
my thoughts
Got
on
good
this
hair,
whole.
too.
You're right? Oh, I
Go
caught
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
Okay, good hair.
Who got good hair?
Michael.
I don't be looking. Like, okay. What? Like,
He looked
ahead.
he looked great, and I'm glad that like I said, you always look your best when you potentially run into
But on the real though, Raphael always looks good. I don't know if
he
y'all
does.
follow him on
Yeah,
Instagram.
Instagram.
Rafael de la Fuente.
Stay looking good.
He does.
Always.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, he was in the studio twice, and like, his energy is even more handsome than his aesthetics.
Yeah,
Very charming.
very cool guy. As far as this Jamal and Lucious and this damn fake Grammy, I'm over it. I don't care. But I'll do like Wendy Williams. We can talk about it anyway.
Well, that's one of the things that was when I referenced earlier that I'm over. Like, and I said this a couple weeks ago. They're saving it for the finale. Like, the Ace is going to be this big thing. Like, they do it on shows all the time. I don't care. I don't care. Like, there's something about this particular award show that it doesn't even feel like Grammys level. And to be honest, if you think about it, nobody really cares about the Grammys anymore either. Or award shows in general.
Ain't that the truth?
Like, so it's like they're putting all this hype around it, and I get for an artist, it's important to have certain things like that in your possession. Like, oh, I won an ACE award. Oh, I won a Grammy. I get that. But for this show, they're just dragging it out so much, and we're seeing too much of the behind the scenes, like the voters, and I just don't care. I don't care.
Becky looked great though.
Yeah.
She looked great. So if there's nothing else, then let's go into Kennelia's cold piece of the week.
Cold piece of the week 4. I'm not sure what episode this is of season 2 of Empire goes to number 1. All of us for jamming the Centipede. That was the jam. Shout out to Rebbie Jackson for Centipede and creating such a classic song. Michael Jackson on the hook. Shout out to them. R.I.P. Michael. R.I.P. Prince. Cold piece. I mean, cold piece just goes to, I'm gonna give it to Hakeem. Because like Sofia said earlier, he's really grown as an actor. He's maturing. We're actually seeing him mature as a man. And, he's come a long way. And I really like what his character is doing. And I really respect Hakeem's, his growth on the show and outside of the show. Yaz, Bryshere, Gray. So for that reason, I'm going to give him Cold Piece of the Week. Let us know who you think Cold Piece of the Week should be. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook using hashtag Cold Piece. And shout out to these cough drops that we got.
These Ricola,
Yeah.
they
delicious.
I can't wait to pop one in.
And they are not paying us to say anything.
And I have some quick news and
This
gossip.
video is not sponsored.
Gotta be letting people know.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
this past weekend, I had a nice little chat with Lenny Kravitz.
Hey.
And he gave me a little scoop about the pilot that they're shooting for Star. So congratulations, first of all. Yesterday it was announced that it got picked up and is going to do 13 episodes in the fall. So congrats to that. And in addition to Lenny Kravitz, who will only guest star, he's not a series regular, but Queen Latifah and Benjamin Bratt will be along with the girls who plays the girls. So Lenny gave me a little insight saying that there's 2 girls who are they're orphans, or they were like in an orphanage,
foster care.
And Lenny plays a rock star, and one of the girls is his daughter. And what happens is, she does not want to be affiliated with him because she's trying to make it in the grimy business by herself. So the conflict comes between the 2 of them because he wants to help him because he's this big rock star, and she doesn't want to associate with him because she wants to try to make it without him. So congrats to everyone over at Fox for Star.
I might totally sound like a dusty Becky, but so where were you when you were having this conversation?
There's more, and so now we're gonna go into.
No, so where were you when you had the conversation?
I'm gonna tell you, but there's part 2.
Okay,
Oh.
well,
This part 2. And now this other part goes into to predictions. So I also had a conversation with Naomi Campbell.
you see her. Where was this?
Where were
You really
you?
answered that question.
I-
If you don't
what
answer
was
the
Lenny
question, we
Kravitz
have a
wearing?
problem.
So
Was he wearing jeans?
yes, he was.
Did they split?
Oh, please, God, yes.
Go ahead.
No, he was not.
Wearing jeans.
It was a party. But I can't say who the party was because we signed papers.
Okay, just get to the. Okay,
Okay,
tell
what's
the
it-
story.
what's
Okay,
second
no,
part?
no,
What's
no.
second
I
part?
actually needed to hear that part because I was literally gonna punch him in the
Yeah.
throat.
Okay.
Come on,
just
with the
keeping it
story.
100.
Second part.
So now this
Part
goes.
You
two.
got like 1 minute left.
So now this goes now into my prediction. So I chatted with Naomi Campbell and I said, "Girl, are you dead? What's going on? Talk to me." I did.
That's what you would ask her?
And
what she said?
she says she started laughing and she's like, "Oh, you know, I can't tell you anything," and she's like, "Oh, I can't answer that question." Now, by her saying that lets me know she's not dead and therefore she's coming back. So I'm going to predict when she was taking that liquid, she was not, there was nothing in it. It was already empty. So she's definitely coming back because when you die on TV, you die. When Taraji died on Person of Interest, dead. When Nomar died on Power, dead.
But this is my last thing with that whole conversation. I just feel, sorry, I'm chewing the Ricola again. I just feel that with Lucious like being in the room and dealing with what's her name, Marissa Tomei's character, dealing with her body,
Mimi Whitehead.
yeah, dealing with her body, and then Naomi, like even though she took it and she did the whole dramatic, we didn't see her do dramatic fall, so I'm assuming she would do. You would go and check to make sure
But he
there's
didn't.
still a heart.
Remember, he
We
turned
don't-
around and he left.
Did he like
Yeah,
leave
He
though?
turned around and left.
He walked out.
Oh, well, that's a
They be setting us
that's a
up.
flaw.
Yeah.
That's a flaw.
So-
you wouldn't. What? That don't make no sense.
Yeah, so that's my prediction
That's why
based
it's a
off
primetime soap.
of the information she gave me. Do you guys have any predictions?
I have no predictions.
Nope.
No.
All right, and so now let everyone know where you can be found on social media.
All right, guys. So you can find me on all social media at Emile Ennis Jr. All social media except Snapchat. That's at Emile Ennis Jr. 31. And hit me up.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Kennelia. I'm on Snapchat at Kennelia1. I'll be at the Comedy Union this Friday. That's tomorrow at 10 p.m. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you want ticket information.
If you are a podcast junkie and you are just a little thirsty and you need a shot of conversation, make sure to follow our podcast, Happy Hour, at happyhour_TV. If you want to talk to me directly, at Sofia Stanley, Twitter and Facebook, at the Sofia Stanley on Instagram.
And you can find me on all social media, including Snapchat at Bamm Ericsen. And we want to thank you guys for watching AfterBuzz TV for Empire Season 2, Episode 15. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.